Hi guys, welcome back to Spoonful of Jelly. This is Lauren, and today I'm picking up our milk share for the week or the month. It depends on how often you want to order it. I'm going to show you how to find a share to get milk, eggs, meat, anything you might be looking for that's in your area. What do you see on the porch? Coolers. So we are currently at someone's home, and we just pulled in right behind the farm truck. And so we're waiting for him to get out the car and put the milk and the setter on the porch. And then we'll pick up our items and head on home. So sometimes you have to drive quite a far distance, in our case, and then you can put the milk in the freezer so that it can last long. This particular milk share allows you to choose between plastic bottles and glass. We prefer glass. However, because of the distance, we chose plastic because glass does not do well in the freezer. We tried that using the glass milk jugs in the freezer, and they exploded all in the freezer, and it was a wonderful mess to clean up. But we chose plastic for this particular farm share so that we can put the half-gallon containers in the freezer and pull out one when we need them.
The man's here.
Yeah. We're going to give him his space. We're not going to crowd him. So, the number one thing you're looking for is CSA, Community Support Agriculture. And they are all over the country. We have had CSAs in Minnesota, Virginia, Illinois, and I even helped somebody find one in New Jersey. So they are all across the country. Some of them deliver to particular homes, which are other supporters who have the porch space, the garage space to allow farms to drop them off. And then other people can go directly to the farm. We've had that where we will go directly to them. Now, what can you get from a CSA? You can get dairy, eggs, chicken, beef, pork, and sometimes a variety of items such as ducks. You can get live animals, and you can also get food.
Yay, food. Food.
So I do know of one CSA that you can actually get a live cow. Oh, there's actually some that will rent out goats. You got like a patch of grass or wooded area you're trying to clean up, and you don't want to get in there with a hand tool. You can rent a goat, fence it off, and let that goat go have at it and clean it up for you. So yes, these are community support agricultures are all over the country. CSA, your zip code or your city name, and you can also put CSA delivers to your zip code or your city name, should pull up a variety of CSAs in your area. So what in the world are you looking for when you go for a CSA? Number one, you're looking for the actual item that you want to purchase. Eggs, for example, meat, for example, milk. You also want to look at the quantity that is required to be a part of that CSA. For one CSA for milk, we have found that you were required to purchase a half-gallon of milk a week. Now, for some people, that seems like nothing. Like, we top that off in a day. But for our little family of 3, if I'm not making yogurt at least every single month, picking up 4 half-gallons is quite a bit for us. So we could not handle that. There are some months we'll go through that, but on average we're about 3 half-gallons a month. The next thing to look at is how often they will deliver. We also can pick up from a very popular farm in this area, and they do it once a month. This particular milk share we're sitting at, they deliver every single week. So the quantity that you need to order needs to be determined on how often. Number 3, the cost. Some CSAs have an initial cost you have to pay up. In Minnesota, our chicken share was $350 that we paid around April, May, and we got a full chicken every single month for the next 6 months. We paid that up front. Some places allow you to pay every single week. Some places allow the money to be upfront, but they will require you to go on a monthly payment plan if you need to. Not required. Some places will allow you to pay a monthly payment plan even though the cost is due upfront. So once you have figured out what you want to order, how often they need to be delivered, any upfront costs, or the payment plans is required, the last thing to do is find out where these farms are located and how they can help you build up your freezer stash for the winter. Sometimes location determines on whether you need to drive to them or they can deliver closer to you. If you have to drive to them, factor in that cost, because driving for an hour to pick up the milk may not be a benefit if that costs you like $10 in gas, and you have to factor that in the cost. And let me spin back around the cost. Yes, a CSA is more money. I spend more on the eggs here. They're farm fresh. They were picked over the last 2 days. That is totally different than grocery stores. Their eggs were picked almost 3 to 5 weeks before they come into your home. That is true. So, cost of, factor that in and its benefits. We try our best to store up as many eggs as possible and store as many half gallons of milk in the freezer as possible so that when we get into the early winter months, we have farm fresh. So it looks like the guy is almost done putting everything onto the house porch from the truck, and then I will also take you over to our egg share. We'll pick that up in 2 days. I'll see you then. So we picked up 3 half gallons of milk, a quart of yogurt. This is considered cutting celery. Basically, you cut it straight from the stalk. This is a lot of celery. I will be preserving that, and I'll show you how. This is a pack of ribs, and these are sprouting potatoes that hopefully we can get in the ground. We are extremely late on the potatoes, but this is what we grab from the milk CSA. Now we're going to head on over in another day and pick up our egg share. Okay, there it is. 5 dozen eggs and a packet of beef stew meat. So yes, we get our eggs and a lot of our meat from Polyface Farms. Wonderful experience over the past 3 years to purchase from them. So I try my best to preserve eggs, at least a dozen or 2 a month for the winter time. If you're new around here, I'll show you exactly how I do it and how you can too, and what I use it for, because the way I preserve them makes it usable in only a few ways. But nonetheless, this is our 5 dozen for the month of June. This goes in the freezer for the winter time, and 4 of these will be eaten over the next month, and 1 of these we will preserve for the winter.